I was having this really great conversation with my son and my husband at the lunch table, and I looked at my phone and I was like, it's 1 o'clock. I was supposed to be doing Chattin with CHAP. So here I am. It's Ginger, and I'm without D. And here I am in my room where my printer is, and I was like, I didn't even have my printer paper printed out or anything. So this is completely unrehearsed. You've got me in the raw today. So I'm just going to talk with you a little bit about vacations and camp. So it's really good to be here with you today. I'm sitting here at my sewing machine, my little sewing machine, and looking out my window. So I will just chat with you here as I can see my little paper and look at you in the face at the same time. So thanks for coming. I'm glad you joined me. So today we're talking about vacations and camp. So how many of you guys send your kids to some kind of a summer camp or a day camp? We have a really great camp nearby that it's a free day camp, and the kids get to go until 6th grade. So that's been a great thing, and it's, you know, they spend a whole week there. Can you count that time towards school? Like, what kind of things are they doing there? And that's a great thing to talk about. So let's think about what we talked about last week. So last week we talked a little bit about why do we do school? What's the point? What is the goal of doing school? So that goal is what? It's to learn, right? The whole idea of school is learning. We want to learn. So if we take that lens and we look at our summer camps, our overnight camps, our day camps, the playground event the kids go to, or let's see what other things, the Mom's Day Out programs or everything. All those things are anything that has like something where they're learning something is going to count. So let's think about it. What do they do there? They do crafts. They do gym class. They do singing. They do Bible. They do science. They do field trips. They'll work on relationships, relationship building. They work on teamwork, and independence. It could be just a character building time for your child to learn some independence and how to go about doing life maybe without mom a little bit, or without a close sibling or something like that. So these are all great things that you can learn at camp. And I think those are all valid learning things. Those are all things you want your children to learn as they grow and become their own little independent person. So I would certainly count those things when you're looking at day camp. And you might not count the whole day. Maybe it's just an hour or two, or you'd have to, and that's the thing, you have to kind of know what they're doing at those programs and subjectively think about it. But if they're spending a whole day there and they're doing learning type things all day, then certainly you can count those things. So that's talking day camp. Overnight camp, I mean, my son camp counsels, so I definitely count that. But even when he was there at camp, they were busy all day. Like, they were running and just learning how to cooperate with, you know, these other people when they do their projects. And where he goes, they do some cooking over the fire, so stuff like that. It's just a great, great learning opportunity. So day camp can definitely, summer camp can definitely count. So, here we have Matt and Pam Testy saying, mine have gone to WLD Ranch Camp as wranglers or workers, which is great. So one is an instructor, and they help in the weekends rodeo. So yeah, you never thought of it as counting as school. Well, count it as school, because if they're volunteering or even if it's a job, whatever, I mean, it counts. That's growth. That is time of learning independence and how to be an adult and how to be a servant. All those types of things. Those are great things to count towards your school year. So it's a Christian horse ranch. That sounds awesome. Like Miracle Mountain Ranch. That's out in Erie. That's a Christian horse ranch too. So I'll have to check that out because my girls are way into horses. So thanks for that information. So let's talk about vacation then. So we have vacation. Sometimes, honestly, when it's vacation time, we just have to unwind, right? We need to unplug, get away from it all, and relax, and that is totally good. And Mom, you should totally do that. You should totally do that. But if you like to count some time when you're on vacation, yeah, there's tons of things you can do on vacation too. Again, what is it that you're doing on vacation? At reading too. You could be reading to your kid while you're on vacation. They could be reading in the car while you're traveling. Those types of things are good, but think again, it's the same types of things like you were doing at day camp. Anytime where you're like hiking at the beach, any kind of biking, thing like that, that's all gym class stuff. It all counts. So what about science? You know, if you're going to the woods, going to the mountains, anything, you're doing any hiking, nature walks, museums, anything like that, that all is going to count. History, if you're doing museums, or I like to call them brown sign vacations, like if you're driving down the highway and you just see those brown signs on the side of the road, because that's what tells you where all the historical places are. So you just take a vacation sometime like that and just, oh, there's that brown sign, let's stop and see what that is. That could be really fun. And that's all learning. Anywhere where you're learning stuff. Art or music, if you're going to see a show or a concert or a craft show. There's the Mount Gretna Craft Show is a huge craft show, and that's coming up in the next few weekends over here in central Pennsylvania, and that would totally count. That's art. They're going to see art, and there's all different kinds of art there, and they're learning about different crafts that you could do, ways that people make a living by selling their crafts and stuff like that. That's all learning. Math is something you could do. Did you ever think about letting your kids help with the packing? How many of this do I need for the trip? How many of this do I need? Do I need this or whatever? Or the organizing part in the suitcase. That's like all organizational, spatial, relational type stuff. So if you're looking at your suitcase and, okay, here's all your stuff, you got to make it fit in this suitcase. Those are really great skills to learn. Also, math related could be like budgeting. Okay, so your kid is saving up his money and you're going on vacation and there's gift shops and restaurants and wherever else you're going to. They have to budget out their money. Like, if I want this thing, will I have any left over to do this other thing later? So that's all important life skills, mathematical skills. It's really good stuff. So they can do all those things, and it could be totally fun. Definitely, you can definitely count those types of things and it not be like the book work learning kind of a thing. It's just a totally life skill type of a thing. And also, there's lots of time for character development on travel, right? Mom, are we there yet? Are we there yet? I mean, it's character development for us, and it's character development for the kids, so they can learn patience, they can learn kindness, self-control, gentleness, like, you know, if you're getting irritated in the car, being gentle, talking with people, or self-control, you're not fidgeting and picking at someone or whatever. There's all kinds of opportunities for good character control. And even when character development, even when you're out there at the fun sites and you're doing the fun stuff, you know, learning to be patient. Like, some people might like to read all the signs at the museum and other people don't. So that's a matter of letting the other people do what they love, you know, and serving them by letting them take their time looking at stuff instead of nagging. So there's all these wonderful things that you can be learning while you're on vacation together, educational type, character growing type things. Your daughter packed all stuffed animals and no clothing. That is quite the learning experience. I bet you she hasn't done it again. And if she has, she didn't learn her lesson very well. That's so funny. Thanks for sharing. That's a funny story. So, yeah, great learning experiences. I guess you wash the clothes out and wrap in a towel for a while. That's really funny. So there's lots of great life experiences that could be learned. And really, that's what we're doing as we're raising our children. We want to raise them to be competent adults. So it's not necessarily book learning. It's about how to manage, how to handle, how to plan, how to prepare for what is coming ahead. So these are all good things, and it's all learning. Any time that they know more now than they did before, it all counts. It's all good, Mom. So you can think about all that stuff. So many ways that you can be learning, and you don't feel like you have to, quote unquote, count everything. I mean, all that stuff does not necessarily need to be written in a log. We spent this much time doing this and this much time doing that. You could just know in the back of your mind, your children are getting quality learning time. So if you do want to log it in there, write it in there.
let your evaluator know, hey, we did a lot of life skills learning this year, and life skills are important. I think there's a lot of people who don't have life skills and aren't learning those types of things anymore. So the life skills part of your education is going to be really important for your kids. So definitely count it, moms, count it. It is all good. You're raising your kids to be competent and functional adults, and that is a wonderful thing. So kudos to you. Enjoy your vacations. Hope your kids enjoy their camps. And remember that you are doing a great job. And what your kids are learning is going to benefit you. And you know what? Don't worry about gaps, because God will either use it to bring something really awesome about in their lives, or He'll give them an education, an opportunity to have an education on that at a later point. So don't worry about that kind of thing. You are doing super. Enjoy the summer. Enjoy your vacations. And it is all good. So next week, I am still missing Dee. She's going to be in Ghana. She's over there right now. They're doing Bible camp with the kids, which is wonderful. She's having a great time. And I will be back again next week. And we're going to be talking about goal setting and just praying over your school and getting things ready. Because you know what? It's the last day of July. How did that even happen? It's the last day of July. August starts tomorrow, and my school starts early August, so we're going to be starting on Monday, and then I will be back with you again on Wednesday, and we will talk about preparing for the school year. So, thanks for joining me today. Thanks, Pam Testy, for joining with your comments. I appreciate that, and I so look forward to talking with you guys again next week. Enjoy your week, and stay cool. Bye-bye.